let's see if we fix those technical problems. So I will start over. I was saying that I hope this is going to be an interesting match. And I will tell you about why I think it's going to be interesting in just a minute. But first, let me point out right from the beginning that what I'm doing here right at the beginning of the game is a little bit of a dick move, and I'm aware of that. I'm abandoning the sea flank because I'm expecting that there is going to be one enemy destroyer there, and rather than fight the destroyer at the very beginning and possibly get creamed by a couple of enemy cruisers, because I'm going to be totally outspotted, I'm going to go over and cap the B flank where I'm expecting there to be no enemy destroyers, and therefore I should be able to cap this unspotted. So let me know in the comments how big a dick move you think that is. I figured that the cap would be worth a lot of points, and killing one destroyer is not. So we'll see how that works out. What I didn't realize, if you look at the map, there are 3 ships behind me, set up starting for the sea flank, and everybody else is also going to go left. I did not realize that. So these poor 3 guys that I'm abandoning are also being abandoned by everybody else on the team. The possible exception of one of the battleships hasn't really made up his mind yet. So they are going to be in a bit of trouble on this. So we can see already there are at least an equal number of big ships heading into the sea cap, and presumably, even though he hasn't been spotted yet, there's going to be a destroyer there too. So they're going to be outnumbered and outspotted. They do have a little island to hide behind, so all they got to do is punish the enemy for taking the sea cap, and then hopefully the rest of my team can, take our big advantage on the other side. Yeah, everybody's really pushing hard towards A, so we should be able to just steamroll through A and swing around and, wipe out the enemy. Even if we gave up C, it should be a winning strategy for us. Those poor 3 guys are going to get crippled and possibly killed, but as a strategy, I'm pretty comfortable with this. I won't do this every game, but once in a while, I think there's nothing wrong with putting a destroyer where the enemy isn't, especially when you have a destroyer with terrible concealment like this one. So anyway, that's my plan, and so far it's working. I'm about to cap B, and it looks like I'm going to get away with doing that for free. I haven't seen any enemy ships. There's one battleship way over there. He's not going to spot me. There's an extra cruiser heading over. It's not good for those 3 teammates that have abandoned. They did spot the destroyer. They weren't able to kill it. Actually, it looks like the carrier is the one who spotted the destroyer. So the carrier is trying to help them as much as he can. And, it's up to them to try to get some kills before they get killed. Or maybe they need to start running away now. And I feel bad I didn't actually communicate with them at all. So, they're probably feeling a little abandoned and surprised right now. Especially the whole rest of the team. I've never seen quite as big a one-sided push as this. Well, not never, but not in a long time. The whole team is going to A. But, my strategy is working. I got this cap for free. I'm waiting to see if this Guépard is going to come forward into the B cap. If he does, I'll torpedo him. While we're waiting to cap, I will introduce the ship. This is the Vauquelin, not named for the discoverer of chromium and beryllium. In fact, named for a French captain who, among other things, had a glorious last stand against a superior British force, and was eventually captured and lost, but nevertheless took on a vastly superior force and acquitted himself fairly well. The French are not always known for particularly inspiring names of ships, but this one's not bad. Anyway, it's a much better ship than the Guépard. I like the turret arrangement much better. You got 6 turrets that can really bring a lot of power to bear. They got good firing angles as well, and the turret firing angles are much, much, much better. Unfortunately, the torpedo range is still 7 point something, 7.5 I think, and my spotting distance, I get spotted at 7.3. So really difficult to use the torpedoes effectively because you don't have a smoke screen. very rare you can actually sneak up on anybody without getting blasted. But it's a good ship. It's a better ship than the Guépard for sure. Unfortunately, it is a Tier 7 ship, and that means you're up against much tougher opposition. And Tier 5 and 6, you're in a French destroyer. You can go hunt cruisers. In Tier 7, that means you might be up against an Atlanta. You might not to think twice about that. And of course, there are Tier 9 ships. There's I think the Massachusetts is Tier 9. That's a really tough ship to go up against. A Tier 9 German battleship, terrible, really, really scary secondaries. Your opportunities against which you can actually use these torpedoes are somewhat limited. So while I was talking about the ship, I decided that since nobody on my team was capping A, I would cap A. So using my speed boost here, getting over there, and we should have a huge advantage on this flank. It should be an easy cap, and nobody's doing anything. So I'm asking my team to come push with me. You see in chat, a little OBGYN joke there. And I gotta say, in this game, I kind of feel like I was carrying the whole team. And when we see the result at the end, you'll see something that will support me in that, and also something that will not support me in that. So I don't want to spoil it. You'll see. Watch the game, watch the map, see if you can see who's doing well, who's doing not well, and give me your opinion as to who on my team is doing well and who's not. In my opinion, I have a lot of people on this team who have a vast numbers advantage, but are hiding behind islands where they can't shoot anything. So they're being pretty useless. But I'm able to cap without getting spotted, so I will do that. Meanwhile, things over on the sea flank turned out really bad. Worse than I expected even. They not only got outnumbered and badly damaged, but 2 of the 3 got killed, and the 3rd one is running away. He's pretty badly damaged. So I'm looking at the map while I'm capturing, same as we're doing now as we're talking. In the game, I was looking at the map and realizing, okay, everybody on the enemy team we just capped C, they're heading to B next. So we're going to need some help over on B. Once we've got the A cap, there's no point in chasing these guys on the flank down. We need to defend B, otherwise my whole strategy goes out the window. My whole point was to get B really early and give up C. And now we just have to hold A and hold B in order, we are at 500 points to 220 points. We're way ahead on points. So far my strategy has been working. Unfortunately, now is where things start to turn. We're still way up on points, but we just lost a couple of ships. And yeah, if you look at the top of the screen there, we are down to 5 ships total, and the enemy has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of the starting 11. So we are totally outnumbered. We're all in one cluster here in one corner of the map. We're losing the B cap. We're not defending A. There's nobody in position to defend A, besides maybe me. I can spot A, but I'm in a destroyer with no smokescreen, so I'm not going to be shooting down a battleship or even most cruisers without getting creamed first. So best thing I can do is come over near the rest of my team, benefit from their anti-aircraft guns, and see if I can do something useful over to defend B. And at this point, I'm kind of trying to figure out what is my move here, because looking at B is crowded with cruisers and battleships, and if I go in there, I'm going to get killed. Going back to A, kind of pointless. I won't actually be able to do anything. So I'm looking at the map, I'm not paying attention, I crash right into the battleship. Oops. And I'm going to do even worse. I'm trying to make up my mind which way to go, and I'm going to end up running myself aground. So definitely not a good finish to the game here for me. So I'm kind of stuck here. Whatever I was trying to do, I can't do it because I got to back up. And I will say this, with the ship for a destroyer, it's pretty big, and it's not got a great turning radius. So I'm sitting here watching my team get creamed. We've lost the cap. I'm not getting it back. I'm deciding, what should I do? Probably at this point I should have just gone screaming straight into B and see if I can do a little damage. But at this point I'm kind of committed to making this turn, so I'm heading back towards A. And there's the Andalusia, so I guess, that's my target. I'll see if I can at least damage one ship over here. I still have hopes of maybe sneaking the torpedo launch against him. So I'm waiting to see if he turns towards me. If he does, the torpedoes should meet him coming without me getting detected. It's really too late for that. I really should just be charging somebody. And I have a chance of surviving. If I had charged him and kept the island behind me, I would have had a chance that the other ships would have had less of a shot on me. Here I'm letting him shoot at my teammates. That's really not good. And I basically have one teammate left. I've got the... Oh, okay, now I really have one teammate left. All these guys are going to surround me and charge at me. And yeah, someone's mocking me for running circles, and they got a point. Alright, so now this guy on my left is in range. I'm trying to decide, should I point my torpedoes at the cruiser, or should I point my torpedoes at the battleship that's charging me down? And while I'm trying to make up my mind, the destroyer charges me. So now I'm spotted, now I'm in deep trouble. And it's not going to last very long. Oh, you know what? I forgot about the replay bug. I was reading the score wrong. That score is backwards in the replay. The whole that time I thought my strategy was working. Yeah, no, actually we were losing on kills from very early in this game. So as I said, this is a very thorough defeat. I feel like I'm the only one who capped anything. I got 2 cap circles all by myself. I have done basically no damage so far. I'm at 1500 right now. I'm going to get a little bit more by the end of this, and I try to take out this Akatsuki, and I try to torpedo somebody. Oh, I got a lucky torpedo against the Scharnhorst, and now I'm dead. Torpedo's going to get me here. And yeah. So a very thorough defeat for me and my team. I ended up with only 5,284 damage, which is pretty pitiful. Even for a defeat, even for a low tier destroyer, which I should check. So yeah, I was definitely bottom tier, tier 7 in a tier 9 battle. But if you look at the scoreboard, those 2 cap circles were enough to put me on top of the leaderboard. So tell me if I was wrong. Did I carry this team or not? I mean, 780, that's not really anything to be proud of, but it's as good as anybody else did. So let me know in the comments, what did you think? Was I the bad guy here, or was I carrying?